Angry guy here, and women are turning on feminism because they'd rather be lazy. Women are turning on feminism because they'd rather be lazy. Many of you have already heard about these lazy girl jobs. What are lazy girl jobs? Basically, these are jobs that don't require a lot of investment, allow young women to work from anywhere, preferably remotely at all times. They work when they feel like working. They do very little work, and they get paid large amounts of money for doing this. And right now, that's the big trend that's happening among women, especially between mostly heavily Gen Zers and then some millennials. As you know, because a lot of the millennial women who embraced feminism now they're tired and they don't want to do these jobs anymore. They're exhausted, and Gen Z doesn't even want to participate. You have a lot of Gen Zers who are they haven't even graduated from high school yet, not college, high school yet, and they've already made up their minds that they're not going to enter into the corporate rat race. They're going to look for lazy jobs or they'll find other ways to survive. I've been talking about it that Gen Z is coming for the Social Security of the boomers. And when I say coming for it, they're not coming for it in 30 years. Most Gen Zers won't be here 30 years. They're coming for it right now or within a couple of years at the most because they're saying, like, look at all this money. There's all this money there. Even though it's almost completely depleted, they're like, there's all this money there, and we want a piece of that, because most of us are mentally ill or just plain out lazy. This is what Gen Z women call them. They call them lazy girl jobs. So, we're going to come for that. We want a piece of that. And we're going to build our lives off that. And of course, the boomers think that they're going to have their way and they're not. They're going to be able to protect their Social Security from these people. They're not. They are absolutely not. Gen Z will fight tooth and nail to get that Social Security and to live off it and to turn it into a new UBI of sorts, universal basic income. Let's go ahead and jump right into this video. I feel like you guys are going to enjoy some of it.
Tell the feminists that I would actually rather stay home and cook and clean than go and be a corporate baddie.
Feminism is literally just being able to make the choice to do that. We love that for you. We just don't love that for everyone.
That's not true. You guys don't want women to stay at home.
No, we just don't want women to be forced to stay at home work and stay at home momming. That's very legitimate work, and it's actually still very undervalued, and it's unpaid labor. It's literally just about having a choice, because in the past, historically, don't know if you know this or not, we didn't used to have a choice, so it's literally the entire point.
But a lot of you shame, stay-at-home moms and people who want to be more domestic.
I mean, you're not wrong. Feminism is an ideology, and it's often practiced pretty imperfectly, but it interests me why you're more mad about the imperfect practice of feminism than you are, systemic misogyny and living under a patriarchy that harms pretty much everyone, regardless of their gender identity.
Well, I still don't agree with feminism.
What's very interesting about this? So, as you can see, the feminists are basically trying to rebrand and say that you can be a housewife, you can be a lazy girl, you can do very little work and still be a feminist. Because feminism it's still about patriarchy, still bad, men still bad, society that men built and men continue to maintain still bad. But where you can, feminism is totally in favor. If you want to be a traditionalist feminist, a traditional a traditionalist feminist. Of course, you can be a traditionalist feminist, but you're going to hold on to those same, the same understanding that all of the problems that women are facing in Western society are because of men and patriarchy that started from the Garden of Eden. I mean, we could even argue about the fact that God is a man, or he is, we were made in his image, and he takes on the, he's presented as a man. So, I mean, the problem started from there. If God had been a woman, and guys, think about it, there are songs literally from people like Ariana Grande like sings about if God was a woman. Basically, and what they're literally saying is that the problem stems from the fact that from the very beginning, from creation, is God Himself. The fact that God is a man and God is not a woman. But if God is a woman, then we would not have this problem. And if God can do anything, then why can't God turn himself into a woman, and then he would see a different perspective and make the right decisions. This is and of course this is not, it sounds like blasphemy, but you have to understand this is how modern day women think. This is how they think. They think that God is God is imperfect because God is not a woman. So God makes mistakes. God didn't do things right because if God had been a woman, he would have done things correctly. This is the mindset of women. This is the absolute and utter mindset of women. The best that they would do is remain silent before God while still thinking that God, like God, if you could only see things our way, that's you don't have enough emotions, God. God, there are issues with you, God. And of course, there are always times in our lives where we look at God and we say, God, why do you do these things? God, do you even understand? But modern women basically would just view God. They do. They view God as a flawed being. They view God as flawed because you can never be perfect unless you're a woman, unless you have a female identity, unless you are a woman at your very core. You can never be whole. Only women are whole beings. Men are not whole. Men are broken. They believe that from the very top moment when we are born as men, we are defective because we do not have our brains are not wired correctly, our spirits are incomplete because we are not women. But we can learn how to take on those traits, and we can learn these things, and then we can be once we become more like women, then we can become closer to being complete. Guys, it's crazy, but this is just a reality. And the more you understand women, the more you'll understand this is just how they think. This is a woman at their core. And of course they'll try to say other things and deviate away from it when it suits them. But yeah, and if you listen to everything this young woman said, basically it's what I've said from the very beginning. While the label feminism may go away, the legacy of feminism will live on. I said years ago that women will say feminism got us everything that we want, and now let's fight it together. But they are not fighting feminism. They are literally fighting. They're basically just trying to rope men in so men will stand alongside them and then continue on the nonsense that's happening, because an era was going to come where men would walk away from Western society. And I made a video years ago, men leaving the West, where I predicted the passport kings. I predicted the passport kings years ago. I could show you guys the video called Men Leaving the West, where I predicted many years ago that men would begin to leave Western society and go out into the rest of the world because Western society has become too toxic, and they would walk away from it. I called the whole walk away movement many years ago. I'm the founder of the walk away movement, ironically. But this is, walk away is something men have been doing for a long time. And now it's become a movement where men are walking away from Western society. It's not men, and they're when you walk away, you're walking away on your own terms, and you're saying this society no longer serves me, no longer suits me. I no longer want to be a part of it. I no longer want to invest in it. I no longer want to have anything to do with it as a whole. And this is the reality of it, 100%.
The irritating part about being a feminist is that you still benefit from all of the strides that feminists have made over the years. And I really wish that I could revoke some of your rights, but it's making me question things morally and ethically. So I'm just going to leave this conversation.
You need a job.
No, I don't want a job.
Well, I know.
It's so much work. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, absolutely,
No.
she needs a job.
No.
People think that she's just faking right here. She's not faking. This is what's very interesting. She is 100% genuine. She's not faking this. Most women right now, this is how they are thinking. I don't want a job. I don't want to work. I don't want the stress. I want my free time. I want to stay home, do what I want, chill, have a little sippity sip, around noon if I'm awake, because I may sleep until 3 p.m. And and just live a lazy girl life, live a soft life. That's what women are. That's what most women now want. They want soft lives. They want lives of relative ease and comfort that they have to do very little investment to have. They don't actually want to be in a relationship with men who work hard and provide for them. They only want these men to provide for them, bring them money, and then allow them to go and hang out with Chad and Tyrone during the midday. All right. As like I said, guys, this is another very serious thing. why men should not be getting married under any circumstance. Things have, I mean, it's been going on for a long time, but this is just going to become the normality where, you get, if you're foolish enough to get married or even to cohabitate with a woman in Western society, and you're providing for her and she's staying at home and chilling, here's what's going to end up happening. These women, they're just going to get craftier and craftier at it. Like, for example, she'll even get dressed like she's going to the gym. She will get dressed like she's going to the gym. And you're like, oh, because, for example, people will have like Ring doorbells. So you think you're smart as a man. You're monitoring her and you know what she's doing and where she is and all this. Oh, you see her leave the house at this time. Oh, she was headed to the gym. Bro, you don't even know she has a change of clothes. All right. She may not even go to the gym. She just wore a change of clothes so she could look like she went to the gym, but she was really going over to go see Chad and Tyrone, or she's going out with her friends, or I mean, guys, some dudes are gonna be shocked because like it's gonna get serious. It's gonna get even more serious where you're gonna have these women literally like just flying out, like hopping because like they're gonna like they have a separate credit card or whatever, and for example, you're at work and you don't even realize that like it's 9 a.m. like you're gone. She just hops on a plane, packs a bag, hops on a plane, and flies to another state to go meet the men that she loves. These are the men that she loves, and she spends the evening with them. She spends the entire day with them. And this is because this is what's happening. A lot of people are just flying to work now, flying to school, and she's gonna start doing things like this. She'll just basically fly to like a few states over, because it may only take an hour or two to get there, hop on a plane, go see the men that she loves, and then fly back. And for example, let's say something like something happens and she can't come home that night. She'll literally make up an excuse and say, "Listen, sweetie, I can't make it home right now. I have to, I'm over at my friend's house and she's going through something with her ex. Her ex, he did something. He put his hands he did what he wasn't supposed to do. She'll make up some emergency. She'll talk about heck, if she doesn't, even if she doesn't have friends, she'll make up a friend. She will make up an excuse. Some women will even do it over text message, and and as a man, you won't be able to do anything about it, and she won't come home, and she'll basically stay there with this man and basically have her fun when she wants to. And this is it. This is how a lot of women are going to operate. And even if it's not flying out, she'll stay with, if he could be in the same city, same state, she'll just stay with that man. She will just stay with that man, and she will come home when she feels like it, because really she can't stand being around you. And it's interesting because that's where you're going to have a lot of dudes who, she can't even stand being physically intimate with you because you're not her man. You're just basically the guy that's paying the bills around the house, and you're the plan B guy. So she's not the guy that she's disgusted. Sometimes she'll even be disgusted being intimate with you. Sure, she enjoys being out in public and showing you off because you're basically just another means of making her look good, but she does not actually like you. In fact, and so a lot of times she'll come to resent you. Guys, if you're enjoying the content, help get the channel to 100,000 subscribers on our journey to 2 million by subscribing to the channel if you already have it, liking the video, and turning on notifications to never miss another video ever again. Women are turning on feminism because they'd rather be lazy. What do you guys think regarding this? I want to hear your thoughts regarding this, so let's talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you like the video, share the video, and just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away, and cheers.